So, the most important human need is acknowledgement. Okay? This is how does follow-up come in here. Follow-up comes into acknowledgement because the more you're following up with someone, the more you're acknowledging them. It's not love. Our most important human need is acknowledgement. When we're not acknowledged, we get angry. When people don't acknowledge us, when we leave voicemails and we don't get those voicemails answered back, we get angry. We're not being acknowledged. We're not priority. We're not first. In that person may be first in my mind, but I'm realizing that I'm not getting voicemail back. I'm not first. I don't like not being acknowledged. I don't like when I leave voicemails for people and they don't get back to me. But later on we'll learn how not to do that and not to take it personally. But acknowledgement is huge, and everybody, all your clients, all your family members want you to make them feel important. Okay? They will love you forever if you acknowledge them. And the way to acknowledge them is by following up. Okay? So if you're calling and you're following up and you're being impeccable with your word, you're acknowledging people. Okay? That's huge. Follow-up is all about perseverance. Okay? I can't stress that enough. That's why it has to show up there. Oops. And the reason is perseverance is because if you even think, and I'm going to retrain your brain here, that you have left 3 voicemails with a client and you think your job is done, you haven't even started. Okay? I'm completely dismissing your first and second voicemail. I'm jumping right into the third, and I will say to you that you are just starting the race and you haven't even started to get into the marathon. Okay? So, it's about following up and following up and following up. Now, I'm not saying voicemail, 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 email, voicemail, email. I'm not saying that. That's stalking. Okay? Seriously. No. This is where, in this seminar, you will become very creative, that people will not even know that you're following up with them. Okay? You will become follow-upper extraordinaires. The people will believe that you're building a rapport, but they won't even know that in your mind it's really just another follow-up. Because you'll be so creative about it. How are you going to be creative about it? Let's say you can't get a hold of a really top guy up there. You really need to get a hold of somebody really up there and you're not getting any calls back. Okay? So, you go to the chocolate store. Okay? And you can buy anything in chocolate. Serious, anything. So you buy chocolate shoes. And you put a little note in, and you find out how Godiva mails it all around the world without it melting. And for $4.80, you put it in postage to the person you're trying to get to. Okay? And you write in the little note, and he receives it right on his desk because it's a box. The gatekeeper isn't going to keep a box away from her boss. It's a box. It's not just a letter. It's a box. And it says personal and confidential and has his name on it. So it gets delivered to his desk. And he opens it up and there's the chocolate shoes with your little note and it says, trying to get my shoe in the door. Can we have a meeting? Or trying to get my feet into the door. Can we have a meeting? And he goes, so cute, love the chocolate, eats the chocolate, doesn't call you back, but that's an excuse for your follow-up. Hey, Mr. CEO, did you like my chocolate? Oh, that was you! Oh, yeah! All right, let's go for lunch. Okay? So that is a very nice little creative follow-up way of getting in. Another follow-up way of getting in is, where did I put it? Here. You know, if you send a letter, the gatekeeper or somebody else is just going to throw it out. Because she's going to recognize it as just, promotional mail. But if you mail it in something like this, okay, which is the same postage as an envelope, this gets opened every time. Because this is a box. So, I'm not saying think out of the box. I'm saying think in the box. Okay? This is big. These get open because everyone likes to open boxes, okay? And no one is going to take the privilege of opening a box that's addressed to her boss. Boxes don't get open. Mail gets open, boxes don't get open, okay? So, I'm just starting to get your wheels turning on how to just think out of the box a little bit in something a little out of the norm of what other people are normally doing, so that you can be away from the competition in a whole other level of follow-up. All right? So,